Ferit asks Serien not to be afraid and opens up. Dyer was standing outside the door. Swearing at Dyer, Serien leaves. And Ferit asks Dyer, what is she doing here? Dyer asks the opposite question, as well as why is the door closed. Ferit calls it a precautionary measure. Dyer calls Ferit to talk in private. She asks him why he didn't take the phone. Ferit apologizes. Next, Dyer is interested in what he was doing yesterday in Serien's room. Ferit says that he came to pick up his things. Dyer asks about what Gülcan saw in the room. Ferit replies that he was just arguing with Serien. Dyer says she's tired of chasing him and doesn't want to do it all the time. She's asking me to leave her life right now. Dyer says not to worry about her. And she says she's going to be fine. Ferit asks Dyer to calm down and says they will be happy. Later, Ferit goes to bring it to the entrance of the car. And Dyer tells Serien that he supports her and asks her not to make mistakes in the future. And the fact that Ferit is not the same as before and has grown up a long time ago. Dyer says that this is friendly advice, as she does not want her to be left alone. After seeing Ferit's phone, Dyer says that he constantly forgets it somewhere. Esma is not at ease with her daughters. Abidin called his friend the policeman. It seems to Suna that they are actually punishing Serien. She warns her mother about the police and asks her to convince Serien. Esma tells her daughter that these cases are not solved that way and asks her to calm down Abidin. Suna recalls that Serien said that she did not need the mansion. Esma says that it is unknown which side Serien will take. Kazım tells Esma that the mansion will pass from the hands of his daughter into the hands of his son-in-law and there are no problems. And Esma believes that their daughters may quarrel over property. Kazım insists that they need to be on the side of their son-in-law. Esma says that their mansion will not become, and Kazım argues that it will. Ifakhet asks Orhan what he is going to do. Orhan says it's not Serien who won't do that, not Abidin. And if Abidin claims callous, then the things that Abidin has been doing for them all these years will come out. Ifakhet finds out that Bidil told Orhan that she would disappear if they did not help her mother. Ifakhet asks Orhan how he could believe her. Hedis tells the servants not to tell Kalis about Abidin. Esma informs her aunt that Abidin will come tomorrow. Serien and Ferit returned home. Ferit says he doesn't want to feel bad anymore. And Dyer put him in order. Suddenly Esma called Serien. The mother says that this is not a very suitable place and it is better for them to return to Antep. Since the topic with Ferit is closed, they have no reason to stay here anymore. Serien declares that he will not return to Gaziantep. And she doesn't want to leave. Esma says that Gülcan saw her and Ferit in the room last night. Esma says Serien that she will disgrace them and asks them to come to their senses as Ferit is getting married. Serien says Ferit is getting married because he is running away from her. Esma said she wouldn't be the second woman in this house. And Serien declares that she won't anyway, because this wedding won't take place. Ifakhet is surprised by Orhan's calmness. Meanwhile, Dyer worries that Serien will never be caught. Dyer says it's better for her to live there than to screw herself up here. Grandma advises Dyer not to torture herself, and either she will tell them to do what you want, or he won't think about them. Dyer decides to defend his own. While Talis is not at the table, there is a conversation about Abidin. Ferit asks Kozum, whose side is he on? Kazım declares that he is always on the side of justice. The Hatties are worried about how they will tell Kalis. Serien says not to worry. And Esma asks Serien to settle everything as soon as possible before tomorrow's departure to Antep. Ferit slaps the table and says, "You can't, Mom Esmi, Serien is not going anywhere." Kazım was also indignant. But Esma, twirling the ring on her finger in front of Kazım, said that they had made this decision together.